Awesome, guys. We're going to go ahead and run this up. I'm super excited. I know it's Friday night. Friday night is always the smallest crowd, smallest participant count, but I'm glad with the numbers that we have here. I'm super excited. You know, this topic really came to me a couple days ago when I had a lot of new traders with us saying, okay, like, how does the compensation plan work? Like, how does this work? Like, how do I go P150? How do I go P600? I'm really, really confused about it. And what I wanted to do, and I think this is something that's really good, even with individuals who have been with us for a long time now, is understanding, okay, how do I actually explain this to someone? How do the ranks actually work? What are the leg balances? What is the volume that I need? And I've talked about this in goal setting, knowing the exact amount of people, knowing what's it called? The GB count, the percentage per leg rule, all these different things. And so what I want to do is I'm going to drop a file into the chat really quick. I just found out that I can do this today, and it made me really excited. So I just dropped a file in there. It's going to download. It's uploading. It should be successful. Each and every single one of you should be able to have it. And it's going to look like this. Let me know if you guys can see this. Brady, can I get a thumbs up? Awesome. And so I can see it on my screen. I have the iPad right here. So this is what you guys are going to have now. This is not completely up to date because we've changed a couple things. The only thing that's going to be different is the team builder bonus. Up to P50, and guys, I'm going right into the training right now. I'm just literally just bombarding you with this training. This is something that you're going to be able to review and go over. I'm going to get straight to the point tonight because this is straight to the point training, right? This isn't motivational. This isn't, spiritual. This is just how this works, right? And so the team builder bonus is the only thing that's changed. Up to Platinum 5,000 as an IBO, every single person that you bring on board, you are awarded $25. And so if I'm a P150 and this week I signed up Brady, Jordan, and Jonathan, right? Oh, this is going to distract me a little bit. I signed up Brady, Jordan, Jonathan. I'm going to get $75 for those signups, $25 per person. Once you hit chairman, the team builder bonuses are no longer valid, right? We don't have level 2, level 3 bonuses anymore. It's only the $25 level 1 bonuses. Now, in order to hit rank, you have to do it by Monday night at 11 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, midnight. So that means today is Friday, March 20th at 8 p.m. Let's say that you were P150 pushing P600. As long as your account says P600 on Monday at 11 p.m. Central Time, you are going to be paid as a Platinum 600. So that means if you D-rank on Tuesday, D-rank on Wednesday, D-rank on Thursday, but hit the rank again by Monday night at 11 p.m. Central Time, you are going to be paid as a Platinum 600. And so let's say this, Brady, you're pushing for P2K, you hit it this Monday at 11 p.m. Central Time, you won't be paid that Friday, but the Friday after, right? So let's look at this as like a dates really quick. Let me pull this up. If Brady hits Platinum 2000 on March 23rd, he's not going to be paid on the 27th. He's going to be paid on April 3rd. It's the following week. It works just like how anyone else gets paid. Any other normal paycheck, if you've ever had a job, the payments are the same exact thing. Now, this is something that's super important as well because this is something that has just been implemented in 2020. If you are a Platinum 5,000, right, and this is one of the best examples I can give you. Normally, you're paid $12.50 a week, right? You're paid $12.50 every single week because $12.50 times 4 is $5,000, right? What's been happening is the company has been paying $12.50 weekly and not $5,000 monthly, meaning that for the months where there's 5 pay periods, and this happens 4 times or 3 times a year, right? April is a perfect example of this. P5000s have actually been making $62.50, right? So if there is any month where there is 5 Mondays in that month, like this month here, we had the 2nd, the 9th, the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th, you will be paid $1,000 a week, equaling $5,000 a month. That's something that's super big as well. And so if for the P1Ks, P600s, if you've noticed, hey, my residual has been a little lower this week, that is the reason why. That is exactly why. So as a P600, it's $600 a month. P1000, $1,000 a month, 2,000, 5,000, so on and so forth. And so you guys have this document because this is really, really in detail of what you need to know, what you're going to be paid weekly, what you're going to be paid monthly, how many personal subscribers you need to have, how many personal customers you need to have, what is the exact group volume, right? And this is off 145. It's now 150 or 155, I believe, since we've gone from 165 to 175 a month. So once you get to chairman, maybe it's like 493 people you need instead of 500. It's not the same exact number because volume has increased per customer. And so what I want to do is really draw this up for each and every single one of you. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on this thing really quick. I'm going to make sure this is paused. Boom. Whiteboard. Awesome. So you guys can see this now. We're recording. This is the first time I've done this, and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to really jump into this and break this down. And so I want to talk about the first, quote unquote, rank. And something that's super important here is to understand that customers, right? So if you're a customer, you can go 2 and free. What does this mean? That you have actively signed up 2 people, 1 and 2. Let's say Brady and Tim, right? You personally have enrolled 2 customers, which thus gives you a free membership, right? Now, if you're a platinum package and you enroll 2 people with the platinum package, you're going to get the platinum package. Let's say you enroll with high frequency Forex and you enroll 2 platinums, you're going to get high frequency Forex because they are of equal value. Platinum, right? High frequency Forex, digital currencies, whatever else there is. I think those are the only ones that are there, are all $175 a month, right? So if I enroll these 2 people, I have the option to get any of these for free. So if Brady and Tim are paying month 1, month 2, month 3, the first month I can pick this package. The second month I can pick high frequency Forex. The third month I can pick digital currencies. I can diversify my education because I have a free product. Now, let's say that I signed for the elite, right? I have the elite package and I signed up 2 other people who are paying, I don't know what it is every single month, like $250 or something like that. If y'all remember, drop it in the chat for me. And I signed up, Nancy and Mike. I'm now going to get the elite package every single month for free, or I can choose to drop myself down to one of these smaller packages here. So that's customers, right? Customers can receive free products, but they cannot get paid, right? IBOs can get paid, but they cannot get free products. So what does that mean, right? When I go platinum 150, and I hope this all makes sense. It may be a little bit messy. I'm super excited to start doing trainings like this, right? I really admired seeing Cash do trainings on the whiteboard. I thought it was super dope. In some way, somehow I convinced my girlfriend to let me be a co-owner in her iPad so I don't have to buy my own, so I can actually use it, right? Platinum 150, that means you have now become an IBO. You are an independent business owner. You're paying $16.71 a month to have access, right, co-owner of the iPad. That's what I'm going to put my title on for this, co-owner of iPad, right? $16.71 a month to own your own business. And this is how powerful this is. For $16.71 a month, that's like with taxes, it's normally $15. And then the government was like, yo, give us our money. And IAM's like, frick, we have to give you their money. So now it's $16.71, right? $1.71 for tax. Good old Uncle Sam or whatever it's called. So that gives you access to business ownership. That literally puts you in a completely new tax bracket. So if we do the math here really quick, let me do it on my computer screen. 16.71 times 12 for $200 a year, $200.52. You go from a W-2 employee to owning your own business as a 1099. You are now allowed to deduct. You are allowed to deduct your rent, your membership, your phone, your internet, your trips, what else? Meals, Audible, because it counts as personal development, your events, your tickets, You guys get the point that I'm saying here? You get to deduct everything. The average at-home business owner saves 4 to 8K a year in taxes. This is how wealth is moved. It's through taxes. This is why on December 31st, literally at the firm where I was an accountant, and this is a fact, December 31st, there is the highest deposit of donations into non-for-profits that allow tax deductions. Why? Because wealthy people hire tax strategists to tell them where to put their money in order to lower their tax bracket, right? And I see we have a couple of questions here. Everything that has to do with the business. Now, here's something that's cool as well, right? So we talked about this. If you really want a good book, get the book. It's called More Relaxing, Less Taxing. More Relaxing, Less Taxing by Courtney Epps. EPPS. If someone can find the Amazon link and drop that in the chat for me, please do so, right? So that's something that's crazy about that. And do we have a recording? I do. I'll make sure to put that in the chat with this as well. Thank you for reminding me. Here's the second best thing. I forgot to bring this up. As a customer of this company, because you are pursuing becoming an investor, which is a profession, you can deduct everything as well. So even our customers have the ability to deduct anything that has to deal with investing. So if you buy an investing book, if you go to one of our seminars, your monthly fee, if you drive to the Thursday night meetup to learn about investing, that is all deductible as well. Now, there are rules and regulations to that, and you get a lot more leeway with being a business owner, but we are the only network marketing company in the world that allows our customers to receive tax benefits. That is powerful. That is extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. So to recap, customers can get a free product. They can't get paid. IBOs can get paid, but they can't get free products, right? Both customers and IBOs have abilities for deductions, but IBOs will always have more, and that book talks about it. The question of, is it only for the USA? I don't know. They need to speak to their tax professional. You qualify automatically, right? You qualify automatically. Now, in the United States, I believe anything under $10,000 a year, you have to still report because your age, but you won't get taxed. It's like a 0% tax. And then the lowest bracket, once you're like P1K making 12K a year, it's like a 10% tax. So at the end of the day, even if you screw it up, right, you didn't deduct properly, you're okay, right? There's nothing for you to really worry about here. Please, 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 always do your own research. I am not a financial advisor. I have to say that for safety reasons. Go on Google, figure it out yourself. This is why I quit being an accountant, so I don't have to deal with these questions, right? So Platinum 150, right? And ignore my handwriting. That means that you have personally signed up 3 people. So you've signed up Tim. You've signed up Alana. You've signed up Nancy. You are Platinum 150. You are going to start receiving $35 a week, $150 a month, right? $35 a week, $150 a month. You have to have 3 personal subscribers. You have to have 3 customers in your business in order for you to be P150, right? P150s have 435 group volume in their business, right? Now, I think it's a little bit more. It's like 450 now because of the upgrades. This is just with 145. So the numbers aren't going to be exact, but you can do the math, and I'm doing this call so you can start becoming consciously aware. Now, let's talk about the rank. This is in every single company, there's a foundational rank. There's a baseline rank that everyone goes to that really sets the bar. The one rank that everyone pushes. In Platinum 600 is that rank. Platinum 600 is the rank that is the foundational rank of I Am Mastery Academy, because this is the one rank where the first week you're paying for your membership. The second week you have enough money to invest back into your account. The third week that you can pay your bills. The fourth week you can go have fun. Platinum 600 is the rank that makes everything very real to the IBO. A Platinum 600 can be 4, 4, 4, or 5, 4, 3. But no matter what, you have to have 740 group volume, and you can't have more than 696 group volume per leg. So I'm going to really dive into this a little bit more when I do these random numbers over here when I get to Platinum 1000. So how does this work? What's cool about Platinum 600 is obviously you're building out 3 legs, right? You have your first person, your second person, your third person. Going chairman isn't teaching a P150 how to go chairman, right? You want to teach the P150 how to duplicate P150s. Because if you as a P600 can teach 3 people how to do the same exact thing, you are now Platinum 600. It's duplicating P150s. It's getting these individuals right here, P150. Now, as a Platinum 600, at all points in time, you must have 2 personal customers. You have to have 2 personal customers minimum. You are allowed 1 customer / IBO mix. Let's see if that I can see it on my other screen. I want to make sure you guys can see that. Oh, you can't see that. You're allowed 2 customers and 1 IBO mix, meaning that 1 person can be a P150. So if this person's 150, this person has to be a customer, or this person can be a personal enrollment customer. This person hits 150. This person's a customer. At P600, you're more than likely going to sign 4 to 6 people yourself. When I hit P600, I had 10 personals and 2 people were given to me from my upline, right? I was 444. That's how I hit it. When you hit rank, and this is something that's super important for leaders that are learning how to build. And I'm going to make sure I'm looking at the chat just in case questions are popping up as I'm going through this. Okay, I guess it doesn't want to work. Give me a second here, y'all. Technical difficulties because my first time. Cool, I'm all caught up. Cool. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Okay. Do not give up personals, right? This is something that Mike and I struggled with so much in the beginning. Oh, but I want them to be free. They need to be free in order to pay. Okay, well, if they're not willing to do the work, they're not willing to learn, right? Do not help people go customer to and free by you doing the work for them. It is their business. It is their skill set. They have to introduce 2 people. Do not give up your personals. I know Chairman 10s who will not get rank pay this week because they only have 2 personals. They literally have to sign up a fake customer account to keep their rank, right? So this happens to so many people. This probably happened to you. Right? You have a team of 30 people, but you're P600 because you give your personals to everybody. You must keep your personals. The average Chairman 10 will bring in 100 people to the company. The average chairman, Brady, thank you. It's happened. And this has happened to me too. I've seen this, right? In the beginning specifically, Mike and I currently have over 20 paying customers right now. And I'm still not giving customers away because if you give a customer away, they will not, number one, they won't treat that person as if it's their own personal. They won't take it seriously. That's a massive pet peeve of mine. Number 2, they don't understand what it takes to get there. Therefore, they can never duplicate the process. They can never duplicate the process. If you build 3 lines for somebody, they will not know how to teach someone to build 3 lines. This is something that is super, 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 super important. I'll make a second page here. This is kind of cool. I'm loving this. Y'all see this when I do this? This is like freaking sweet. Oh, no, you can't. Only I can see it. Dang, whatever. Right? Let's talk about P1000 now. And I'm only going to go all the way up to Chairman 10. I'm just going through a couple of these. I really wanted to do this training so you guys can see this in a little bit more detail. Maybe this is boring to you because you know it, but if you can't show it, then you need to stick on this call, right? So P1000, is 10, 10, 10, or 12, 12, 6. Now, why can it be separate ranks like this, right? So overall group volume is 4350, right? So that means that you have 30 times 145 equals this number, right? 30 times 145 equals this number. Now, why can we have two different ways to hit a rank? It's because in this company, we have something called the 40% rule. The 40% rule. One leg cannot count for more than 40% of the volume. Meaning that if you have a power leg and you have your P1K right now, and you have 251, even though that equals 251 people, you would still only probably be P150. Babe. Sorry. She's cooking right now. You'll probably, can we talk about, let me read this in a second. Cool. So you'll still only be P150 because of this 40% rule. So what that means is to go P1000, only 40% of volume will count towards one leg. So only 12 people will count towards that 200 leg. 12 people will count towards your 50 leg, and 20% of your volume must come from your profit leg, your third leg, right? So what can happen here is, let's say currently, and I'll just make another tab really quick so I can come back to this if I need to, right? This is for P1000. Let's say right now you're 14, 11, and 7. Right? You're 14, 11, and 7. But in order to go P1K, you said I need to be 12, 12, 6. What's nice about the business structure here is the moment that this is 40%, you're capped, right? But now you can manipulate the percentages, meaning that 7 times 145 equals whatever number. Do the math in your head or on your calculator. I can minus 1 here, make 6, and I can put 145 volume into this leg. So your business is still 14, 11, 7, but you can be platinum 1000 because you have enough volume in this leg, right? Here's an example with going Chairman 10. This is how Mike and I hit Chairman 10. Chairman 10 is normally 200, 200, 100. Why? Because the 40% rule. But what happens if I do 40, 30, 30? I can be 200, 150, 150. So I didn't need this leg to be 200 because this leg was growing at a pace that every person over the number 100 put volume into my second leg. I don't know if you guys can see that at the bottom. Can you guys see that, right? At the bottom, you're able to see that? Cool. I promise I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to do this more often. This is a lot of fun here. I feel like I'm in arts class, right? So you can take advantage of that volume. Does that, okay, some people can't see it, right? So I'll draw it up again. Okay, so normally Chairman's 200, 200, 100, but Mike and I hit Chairman at 200, 150, 150, right? Because 40% right here is 200, 40%, and this was 20%. But what we were able to do was 40%, 30%. Oh, don't annotate on my thing, y'all. I'll give me a second here. There, let me delete that. Now y'all can't mess with my screen. 30%, right? So what happened here, right? So what happened here is every person, so the moment that this went to 101, volume was able to go to my second leg, 102, 103. Because as long as you have a maxed out leg, the volume doesn't count anymore. But so now 200, right? 500 minus 200 equals 300. So all I need to do is get 300 other people in my business right? But as long as it doesn't go over the 40% number, I'm Gucci. I'm good to go. Let me give you another example with P2K, because we've talked about P1 now. Let me show you P2K. Guys, this is really, really important information. I know this is like kind of confusing. Go watch this recording, go through this again. I'm going through this in a lot of detail talking about this. You guys have the document now, right? I promise I'll look in the chat, but I'm going to keep going through this. You have the document now. So now P2K is normally 30, 30, 15, or 25, 25, 25. Why? Because this is 40, 40, 20. This is 33, 33, 33. Right? As long as my leg does not surpass 40%, the volume counts. This still equals 75. This still equals 75. Or I can do 30, and let's do some math here really quick. What is 75 minus 30? 45. 45 divided by 2, 22.25. So I can do 22 and 23, or 24, whatever, 22.5, shoot, I can't do math. Well, give me a second here. You don't got to be smart to make money. Right? Shoot. 22.5, 22.5, or naturally, like, make one of these 23, make the other one freaking 22. It doesn't matter, right? Bada bing, bada boom. This still equals 75 people, right? So does this help? I'm going to pause and look through the chat really quick because I see a lot of questions coming. Place your people when you bring in a personal, building depth, building width. Yep, I'm going to talk about that. I can't. So if you get 1 or 2 large line plays, that means you'll skip rank. So it doesn't mean that you'll skip ranks. What it means, like Mike said, you'll go faster. I think a perfect example is someone like John Cuevas, right? He has a massive 200+ person leg, right? He's got Chicago team in there, Puerto Rico team in there, Milwaukee team in there. Now he has a other. I'm not going to go about his business, right? But he has 2 very solid legs. The moment, right? And I'm sorry, John, if you're on this call, but I'm going through your business a little bit, right? The moment his third leg hits 6 people, he'll hit P1K. The moment his third leg hits 15 people, he'll go P1K. The moment our P2K, my bad, 6, 12, 12, 6, this is 1K, this is 2K, 5K, 10, right? The moment that it hits 15, right, he'll go 2K. The moment it hits 45 in his third leg, his profit leg, a lot of people call it their weak leg. Do not call it your weak leg. You don't have weak legs. You're literally affirming that you're always going to have no business. That makes no sense, right? It's your third leg. It's your profit leg. Do not call it your weak leg because you literally will not grow your business. Like little things, right? 45, he'll hit 5K. The moment that this has 100, he'll hit Chairman 10. So building out legs, and the question that Brady asked is, how should I place people, right? So when I look at Mike and I's business, right, and I may be giving you all a little bit of information, right? We got 3 legs. I'm gonna keep, things personal. We got PR, Chicago, Milwaukee, Tennessee. I mean, we got things going on here. In this leg, we got North Carolina, Milwaukee. In this league, we have East Coast and Latin America, right? Now, here's the thing. If I sign someone up from Chicago, I'm not going to place them in someone in Connecticut just because it increases my volume. No, I'm going to place them in Chicago. Why? So they can work with those people in Chicago. This happens a lot with P600s, right? This is the one thing where I'm really glad I did it right? Because you'll see teams it'll be Dallas, or it doesn't matter where it is. They'll do the same location for all 3 legs. Therefore, all these people are fighting with each other. They don't work together because at the end of the day, think about this really. At the end of the day, how people are, they want benefit, right? Brady doesn't want to have to put in 12 hours a day for a team that doesn't naturally benefit his business. Will he do it? Yes, because that's the culture that we developed. But it won't be at the effort as if it's his business. As nice of a guy Brady is, this is the truth, right? It's the truth. I'm just being honest, right? Because I help other teams too. but I don't spend 12 hours a day doing it because that doesn't make sense, right? So say that you're in Milwaukee and your first 3 people are from Milwaukee, right? If you have the ability to place these people in one row, right? Place them down, because now when Brady places Ronald and Brady places Tim and Brady places Mike, everything Mike does helps Tim, Ron, and Brady. Everything Tim does helps Ron, Brady. Everything Ron does helps up. When you can build in a straight line like this, this is powerful. Here's another thing, right? Let's say this is Brady, and he's, oh, spelled your name wrong, Brady. And this is leg 2, this is leg 3, and I'm going to use Ronald for an example. When Brady signs someone up, he's only going to build down one leg. He is not going to build leg 2 and 3 for Ronald. Why? Because if Brady just starts placing here, it doesn't help anyone else here. You'll see this. When I sign someone up or Mike signs someone up, we look at our back office and we see how far can we go down, how far can we go down in the business to help as many people as possible. To help as many people as possible, because the activity, the volume, the GV that this person brings in now helps the whole entire group. It now helps the whole entire group. So you have to place in location. You have to place in location. I can't be, signing up people from Connecticut and placing them in my Chicago leg. I can't be signing people in Colombia, and Ecuador and El Salvador and placing them with my North Carolina team. Now, here's the thing. When we build a culture like QC, right, Hector can sign someone up from Colombia, still be in his leg, and feel comfortable plugging them in with the team from Colombia. Because the QC culture is people helping people, right? We can feel comfortable in doing that. Doesn't mean, oh my gosh, I'm part of the Milwaukee leg, I can't build internationally. No, build internationally because you're a part of a culture that wants people to work together. Nancy did this, she literally stated it and she proved her words to be correct when she did the edification training. I have so much respect for this. She said, if you need help, I do not care. And I'm not saying go blow up Nancy. That's not her responsibility. She said, I don't care if you're not on my team. I will help you. You know what happened? Aaliyah said, I believe it was Leah, Nancy, I have a call. Can you help? Right? Or whoever it was, I have a call. She did the freaking op call because of the overall team culture. Right? So that doesn't mean if you're over here, just go blow Brady up the whole entire time, right? No, work with your leaders, right? And that's why we have the group calls. That's why we have the group training, because there's so much depth. There's so much depth of leadership. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter who's on what team, because everyone can benefit from the knowledge that we have, right? And I this is super important too. One reason why I honestly think that Mike and I, guys, I'll send you the tax block link. Y'all, this is music to my ears. I'll send y'all the link. No problem. Thank you, Mike. Yes, Think Chairman Infinity. Yeah, okay. The reason why I think Mike and I got so much respect from Jason and Matt when at P6, P1, P2, P5, right? P5 doesn't count. We were P5 for like a second, right? Is because we were willing to give so much to other teams and not get paid for it. Think about how crazy this is. I was P1000. I was the only corporate presenter for the company. I presented corporate. When we used to have corporate calls, I was the only corporate opportunity call person that wasn't Chairman 10 and above. The only person. I would open up for Jason all the time. I would do products and Jason would close all the time. Mike was doing Forex trainings for other teams all the time. You guys want to know the main reason why I asked Mike to come up with a position? Because when we had those 3 legs like this, and Mike was over here and he had his leg, he was doing calls for this team. He was doing calls for this team. He was doing calls for this team. He was doing trainings for this team. He was doing trainings for teams all the way over here. Had nothing to do with nothing, right? But what you give is what you receive. right? Brady right now is doing calls for Portugal teams and educating the educators that are on Go Live, right? Or helping them. I wouldn't say as if he's better than them, right? Like he's helping them and breaking down what we do on an institutional standpoint. What do you think Brady's going to receive for doing that with expecting nothing in return? A team will show up. A position will show up. An educator role will show up. Things will show up because that's what you're giving, right? So let me look at what we've done so far. That was a little bit off tangent, but we talked about P150, P6, P1. We talked about P2 a little bit. We dived into Chairman 10. I think that's it. I think that's all that we really have to do. Is there any questions or anything that you guys want me to show really quick before I get off and I go over what's happening next? This would be the time to ask. If you guys do not have the file that I sent, I will resend it. I'm gonna actually stop sharing my screen now. I got like all this stuff on my desk. Mike, getting an iPad. I remember Matt Rose is saying to build wide, then build down. It depends. No, shoot. Okay, we're back to stop. I think what Matt means by that is make sure that you have width, right? Make sure that you have teams working at all times. Just because it's good to build all the way down on one leg doesn't mean you're not building. You know, like John Guaman had 6 Chairman 10s under him before he hit Chairman himself. That's why he had 12 Chairman 10s. I thought he had 6, right? He's a psychopath. I'm gonna leave meeting on this so I'm not hearing myself talking. This is the coolest thing. Buy me one of these. Okay. Back to being serious, right? He built Chairmans in his 2 legs, but he wasn't not building leg 3. He still got to get paid, right? But what happened now was once those teams became extremely self-sufficient, once they were able to run their own calls, run their own training, run their own events, he was now able to say, awesome, I'm going to go spend 6 months blowing out this leg so I can go hit Chairman 50, right? So you have to really decide, guys, legs are going to grow. Sometimes your profit leg is going to become your power leg, right? Sometimes that, yeah, so, okay. Sometimes like your legs are going to differentiate in value. This has happened to us so many times. Like all of a sudden the small leg or whatever, right? The profit leg became the power leg. It will always move. At the end of the day, you don't work with the leaders, right? You work with who's moving. Because one day, you know, I can see Stephanie's face. One day, Stephanie's grind. But then she's going to take a week off. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go look at Stephanie's team and find out who's grinding. Then I'm going to work with that person. When Stephanie's like back to the races, I'm going to work with Stephanie again. I'm working with who's moving. I don't work with the rank. I don't care what rank you are. I don't care what rank I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to work with who's working because that's who's impacting, right? So really, really think about that. Just because you give a leadership role to somebody doesn't mean they're always going to be leading, right? This is some real stuff. You're getting some real gems right here. Like these are some things that I talk about when I'm doing one-on-one calls with like leaders who are ready to go next level. Like I'm gonna pause on all that. But I got 2 good questions. I'm gonna go over. I got 2 questions. I got one privately. And Mike, I'm gonna unmute you and make you co-host because I want you to jump in this as well. You start talking, Mike, and I'm gonna look at these questions so I can answer them.
Okay, what's up, everybody? So yeah, a couple things. I know, Alicia, you were a little bit confused on the leg aspect of things, and I think on the kind of a spillover is kind of how that works. So here's what I want to explain, right? If P600, or let's say P1K is 12, it's 30 total, right? And it's 12, 12, 6, right? You do that, P1K, okay? This is what it really means, right? If you need 30, one leg has to be 12. And then between the other 2, right, there's 18 left over. That's how you hit it. I hope that makes more sense. So if you need 30, right, one leg needs to be 40%, which is 12. And then between the other 2 combined, they need to be 18, with the minimum being 6. So you could do 12, 8 and 8, 12, Wait, is that right? No. Something like that. Yeah. And then, so it could be a little bit different, right? So you could be doing it maybe 12, 11, 7. So it's going to shift, right? It's absolutely going to shift. So just focus on it that way. You might be doing it, let's say for example, P2K, or you need 75. Okay. 40% of that is 30. So it could be 30. So 75 minus 30, that is 45 left over, right? So between the next two, you need 45. So maybe you even do 23, 22, right? Maybe you do, it's just a little bit different. So that's how that's explained. I hope that, does that make more sense? That clarify for you guys. So Alana says, when growing a market, do you encourage people to hit P150 in that market or build two legs in two different markets? Okay. So P150 is cool because that's just you personally getting 3 people started. So that could be all on one leg. Some people who have really deep vision have done that. Actually, there's people currently right now that get it. And they're like, these are all in the same place. I know I'm going to be doing bigger things. So, they're all in wherever. So they just go one after one under the other. So it's straight depth. So then they still have 2 other legs to build. But let's say you get started and then you get someone started from Chicago and then Spain and then Cali, right? Cool. 3 totally different markets work together. However, here's another thing. And like I said earlier, if you'd read the chat, I said build by location and vibration. So what does that mean? Location, like Tim has mentioned, right? Okay, if people are working together, you want them to work together. But let's say you have just a random person that's from, I don't know, Alabama, or maybe they're from somewhere in Mississippi, right? And you're like, I don't have anybody in Mississippi right now. And it's like, okay, what is this person like? Okay, what does this person really want out of this? Who do I know that can work with this person and develop the highest version of this person? So that's why I say vibration, right? Is what kind of person is this? Are they high energy? So it's just like, where are they more calm, professional? So, it's different, right? It's definitely different, but that's what I would encourage.
Yeah, I want to comment on that. And by the way, guys, go. Sorry, Mike, and go shoot a message in the QC chat. Someone just hit their first 3-figure day. Blow him up, make him feel.
Let's go.
I don't know what the hell North Carolina is doing, but they're doing a training next week. That's all. That's the hell I know, because they're doing something. There's something in their water. But never feel bad. I didn't make the comment to build 3 locations and make people fight. If you're a customer and you sign up, like, okay, I grew up in a town called Lake in the Hills, right? And my first 3 signups were people from that city. Now, I didn't transition right away. I stayed customer 2 and free for a little bit. Then I transitioned. So if that happens like that, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, because those people are going to find different people in different locations, different states, different countries. But if it's me, Mike, and Nancy, right? And, Stephanie's our upline, and Stephanie signs up a lady boss. Don't place them under me. Place them with Nancy, right? If she signs up someone who is, Spanish and really looking to get into trading, put them with Mike. If she signs up someone who's like wants to run the freaking business, is ready to go, talks like me, thinks like me, whatever, put them underneath me, right? You have to, like Mike said, location, vibration, you have to put with people that connect, right? There's people that I have 2 different Milwaukee teams. Sometimes I put people here, sometimes I put people here. It just depends. Here's another thing. This is something that's super important that I need to transition into announcements. And then Mike is going to do, I know we were supposed to do a bounce back training. He's going to do that at 10 p.m. Central Time, showing you guys how to get the product, why get the product, when to hop on, how it works. It's been saucy. And by the way, Mike hasn't lost on Go Live yet for bounce back. So you're tripping. You're tripping. I've never seen Zachary Hogan take a signal, and he took a signal from Mike. So if that says something, get the product, right? Get the strategy like that. Get the strategy, right? Whatever they want to say. Here's a big announcement for that, guys, by the way. I'm distracted right now, so I'm going into this. We have to say strategy. The reason why we have to say strategy is because if we call it a product, we have to charge taxes. We have to charge someone as if they're buying a product. We will have to charge as if we're charging for a product. But if we're doing a strategy, it will not cost our customers as much. Does that make sense? I hope everyone understands that. Now, This is something that's big. Just because you are in a location does not mean anyone owes you anything. This is extremely, extremely important. Just because you're in Chicago and I sign someone up does not mean that they deserve to be under you. If a leader places someone under you, they are giving you ultimate trust to take care of that person, right? When Mike and I sign people up, we take time. We legit take time and make a decision, hard decisions. Like legit, Mike and I have sat and talked for 15, 20, 30 minutes over where to place someone, where they will be best. We just had this right now, right? We just had this right now. We have a big person that's launching with us, very charismatic, right? And there's a position we could place him that would benefit us more. But we knew placing this leader with this individual, even though it's going to withhold 25, whatever, it's for the benefit of that person to be with that individual. Now, here's the thing. If someone is placed under you, you must treat them like they are your personal. If you do not, I can guarantee you, you will never get someone placed underneath you again. It is very difficult to build that trust back up. Not that it's your responsibility for their success, but you are getting someone volume underneath you to be that help, to help answer the questions, to be on that pop-up webinar, to respond to the text messages, right? If I place 6 people in a leg underneath you, I expect them to be worked with, right? And you should too, right? You should too, because that's trust, guys. That is trust. I personally have never had anyone placed underneath me, right? Except when I first got started, right? Except when I first got started, 2 people, right? And so getting people placed underneath you is a massive privilege. Like that's free volume. That's someone that you can tap into, someone you can build a relationship with, right? Like that's huge. That's huge, 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 right? And so that's something I really want to touch on. Now I'm going to go to the announcements. I'm going to make this really quick, so please listen in. Please stay focused with me.
Before you go in there, Tim,
what's up?
I want to mention something before you dive into that. So kind of based on everything Tim was just saying, remember everything you do, every single action you take, what's going to speak louder than your actions, whether it's heard or not, are your intentions. I really want that to sit with you, right? Every single action you ever take in this world, right? Whether someone sees it or not, carries intention, and you know that intention. And so whether you remember it or not, that's in your subconscious forever. And so the universe always knows. So I'll just leave y'all with that, because you can apply that to everything that you do in your life. And I owe that kind of mentality to where I am now and to where I'm going. So with that being said, if like Tim just said, if you get a placement, it's because we trust you. And it's also not that we're testing you, but it's a test for yourself to know if you're really there, right? And I'm being real with y'all, super transparent. I've placed people pretty much everywhere. I don't think anyone's outsigned me, to be honest. Maybe Tim, maybe. Actually, I don't even think so. And I say that because there's a lot of trust being given all over the place. And you'll know when you're ready, you know? So guys, like, again, I'll just leave it at that. Intention is everything. So Tim, wrap it up, bro.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike. Absolutely. And guys, I know you guys asked for some recordings. I just dropped some recordings in there. The rules of taxes, warm marketing training, cold marketing, edification, PS3 training. Save those. Save those. You know, like anytime someone asks, like, hey, how do I cold market? Tell them to watch that video first, right? This is nothing to do with the announcement. I have people watch these videos first so we can talk about more advanced things right away. I know someone asked for some of the other videos, so I just sent them all. Save them, put them in your notes, put them in your chats, whatever you think's good for you. Now, some of the announcements. So tonight, I'm going to talk about what's happening tonight, what's happening over the next couple days. Guys, if this was a very long training for you, I hope it was very informational. David Amitier does have a very good compensation plan breakdown on YouTube. Go watch his video as well. It's like 10, 15 minutes long. Very phenomenal. Watch that. So right after this call, we have the Alex Morin and Scotty Huss training talking about going chairman in the recession. At 10 p.m., we have What is Fibonacci, looking left to right. and the bounce back training, getting bounce back. I'm sure he's going to start with that with Mike. There may be a couple other people on there with him. I'm not sure, but I know it's always going to be saucy. And if you guys have enjoyed the trainings this past week, drop some 369s in the chat. So far this week, I have notes on everything we talked about. You know, week one, we had on Monday, we had Alex Morin. On Tuesday, we did the how and how to invite. On Wednesday, we had the next wave. On Thursday, we had Jason Stone. And tonight, we had the IBO breakdown. So really, there's been some powerful trainings. And the business side, there's been powerful trainings. Like the Trading View one was my favorite one. I think that was so beneficial to newbies and advanced people, advanced traders. Like, I think it was super powerful. And then tomorrow, Saturday at noon, there is going to be a massive announcement regarding tours and regarding what we're planning for the first week of April. To give you all a little sneak peek, we have a very special Super Saturday with a lot of leaders and 4 educators being planned for each and every single one of you. Be on that call tomorrow at noon Central Time. At 1 Central Time and 7 p.m. Central Time, always Central Time, it will be opportunity calls. I'm going to do one at 7. I'm one at 1 p.m. I'm going to do one at 7. In between then, I'm most likely going to be packing my life away because I have like a couple days to move. At 9 p.m. Central Time, Mike Miles, Jordan Morgan, and Christian Vargas are going to do a Q&A, a Trade House Q&A from 9 p.m. Central Time till whatever time it disappears. On Sunday, we'll have a QC leadership call. That's for people you know who you are. 3 p.m. to 7-figure mentorship call. At 4 p.m., we will have a QC team announcement. We have a very, very, very big announcement at 4:30 p.m. I'm going to actually write this right down. Sorry, guys. Like I'm 4:30. I'm going to copy paste this in here to you. Here, this is just easier. I don't know what the hell I'm doing in my life. Should have just copied and pasted. There you go. Right? Copy and paste that into your notes. And then at 7 p.m., I'll do another introduction to IM. Guys, next week is going to be a very, very, very powerful week. I believe I have the notes right here. And I'm just jumping into this, right? You don't have to remember all this, or maybe you will take notes. There will be announcements about this. Next week, this is going to be the schedule. There's going to be a little shift to our March Madness. Do you guys like how okay, on the chairman call, Jason and Matt talked about preparation. Do you guys like how we already prepared before New York? We did all of our preparation. We did a blitz week. Now we're getting a chairman boot camp. And I'm going to tell you the secret after that no one knows yet, right? I'm giving y'all some secrets right now because y'all hopped on live. So Monday through Sunday next week at 1 p.m. Central Time, Jason Brown and Matt Rosa will be doing chairman boot camp. How to launch a customer in IBO, how to recruit online, the mindset of a chairman, skill sets that get you paid, levels of leadership, activity versus productivity, motivation versus dedication, 7 days in a row. At 7 p.m. Monday through Sunday, I'll be hosting an opportunity call. So we're not just going to be focusing on training. There's always going to be an opportunity call every single day that people can plug into. At 10 p.m., there will be Forex trainings with Mike. Or actually, this is going to be cool. Mike is going to be hand selecting students Monday through Sunday to be actually educating the team, showcasing what we've been learning over the past couple of months, past couple of years, really allowing people to step in and step up and giving people opportunities to teach and educate. The reason why we're going from 7 and 10 is because at 8 and 9, there will be Spanish, right? I'm doing English right now. So Spanish, they'll have a op call at 7 p.m. They'll have an 8 p.m. business training. They'll have their 9 p.m. go live training with Mike. And then 10 p.m. Mike's hopping on again to do English. Now, the week after next week, this is super big. This is super big. I'm going to tell you all the secrets right now. Then we're going to switch. We're going to switch. All the secrets. I want y'all to be hyped. Like, I really want y'all to be lit because next week, Monday through Sunday, 4 times a day, Matt Rosa and Jason Brown are doing opportunity calls. And here's the best part. I'm going to give you the announcement for tomorrow. I'm going to give you the announcement for tomorrow and how we perfectly plan this. Literally, this is sad. Like, this, what's happening right now, being quarantined or whatever, is the best thing that could have ever happened to our business. Because on April 4th, we're going to run a 4-hour Super Saturday. Some of the speakers are going to be myself, Mike, Kiani McGee, John Guam, and Cash Cartier, Teacup Lou, Cash the Great, Mike Navarrete, Jordan Morgan, Justice Saini, John Dollery, Alex Morin, Emery Holmes, Darwin Lopez, Manny Keelan. We have some of the best. The best speakers from the previous March Madness Super Saturday are doing a Super Saturday with our team. John Guaman, myself, and Mike set it up today. We're in the process of getting flyers and all that other jazz. But here's why this is the best timing in the world. Because before we have that Super Saturday and you have the 4 opportunity calls a week, how many people do you think are going to join from those 4 opportunity calls every single day for 7 days a week? A lot. So what's going to happen? What's their first experience when joining the business? Having a Super Saturday. Where is that going to put their belief level? You know what we're doing the week after that? Another blitz. Guys, these next couple of weeks are going to be absolutely insane. If I could tell you how insane some of the leadership chats are, there has never been a place in time, there's never been a moment in time where the business is this powerful, where there is this much opportunity and there is this much momentum happening collectively as a whole, guys. So the team company, the chairman goal that we made with Jason and Matt, the chairman group, I believe they have over like 150 chairmen in their organization, is to double the company in the next 45 days. We're looking to double the company in the next 45 days. We want to be at 200,000 customers in IAM within the next 45 days. The question is, of the next 100,000 customers that join, how many will be a part of QC? So with that being said, guys, I'll put this recording on YouTube. Alex Morin and Scotty Huss are on right now. I'm going to drop the link in the announcements. I'll spam all the chats for you. You guys know I always do. Jump off. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys found value from this. We're 10,000 strong. Let's go.